Lisa and Brian Reddy, we having an issue and a conversation about daddy issues. So what did you say, Brian, about people who have daddy issues, um, especially females?
So the woman who has the daddy issues will always hate their mother.
Why?
Because but one, you was always there for them, but what they really were yearning for was that father's love. You know, the everything that comes with it. They may have seen their friends, they may have seen, other family members with their fathers, and they wanted that. And because you was there and you might have been the mother and the father, played those roles, which is very hard to understand and accept as a child, you will always be the enemy, because you never actually could be one role, you played two. But the way that they see it is you're the friend and enemy, but because the enemy is stronger, that's what they let you side as. But outside of that, when they grow up and they get into relationships or they start dealing with people, they will always seek to find the person that's going to give them the problems, because they think that makes their relationship strong, or it makes them feel deep. And they will have so much more problems. It's actually hard to deal with a woman with with daddy issues, because they will accept everything you give them, and it's hard. They will give you problems. They will accept all your problems, and that's not a woman's way of living or how to conduct themselves. So it's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous thing dealing with a woman that has daddy issues. They see no fault in anything that they do, in their logics, the way they move, and how they treat their kids, and they will keep on having kids because it never gets addressed. Now that's a high percentage for a lot of women. That's not all women, but the percentage of it is very high.
So it sounds like you coming from experience.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You dated women with daddy issues.
Not even just dated women. I got them in my family. I got them. I'm talking about close, very close, and it hurts, because you can literally give good advice to a person, and they will hear everything you say just so they can make the wrong decision. But you know what? It comes from, oh, I don't want your advice because you mean well for me.
Wow.
I can't do it.
I've experienced that. I've experienced that.
And they all call themselves grown. But you know what, truth be told, we none of us really grown. Like, you grown in age. You know what I'm saying? Just because you older in age don't make you an adult. Don't make you grown. You know what I'm saying? That stuff comes from wisdom. They don't possess it. They don't take the hand that they stuck in fire and say, oh, I'm not going to do this again with my other hand. They're like, no, I'm going to grab it different. You know what I'm saying?
So because the issue with the father that wasn't present doesn't get addressed, the parent that was present, which is the mother, then they have a displacement of anger towards that parent.
Oh, yeah.
And they mistreat that parent. And so no matter what that parent does, will never be good enough.
It won't be appreciated. It definitely won't be. No. So it's hard. It's very hard. Like, and it makes sense to them. That's the problem. It really is a sickness. Like, we don't know how much damaging things are to us until you really sit down and look at yourself. Like, taking accountability, that's a big ass fucking pill to swallow. You know what I'm saying? That's a horse tranquilizer. And you better hope it work if you do try to take it. But it's hard. It's hard to really sit back and look at yourself and be like, these are the things that's wrong with me, and this is the reason why it's wrong with me. And not only that, this is how I'm going to fix it. But the sad thing is, a lot of women don't take that. They don't take that accountability. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, now I quit. Now I'm going to go a little deeper, but I ain't going to do it too deep on this phone. On this conversation right now. We could do it another time. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing wrong. This is a healthy car chat.
Listen, the women who get themselves dialed up. I think we was talking about this before.
Uh-huh.
They get themselves all makeuped up, and they hiding something. Like now, I know everybody gonna be like, that's the thing that they do for themselves to make themselves feel pretty. But when you do it every day, what is it that you hiding from the world? Why are you trying to, like, especially like if you gotta, let's just, for example, let me just give it a time frame.
Maybe it could be that, not to cut you off, but maybe it could be I am portraying that I'm okay when I'm not.
True. You want somebody to lust after you. That's one. But let's just, like I said, let's put it on this time frame. If you gotta be at work at 7 a.m, how early do you gotta get up to put on all this makeup? You know what I'm saying? To make sure your hair is all dialed up. All this stuff that you got going on, right? You gotta get up super early in the morning to do all that. So let's say you gotta be at work at 7 o'clock. You gotta get up at like what, 4, 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Just to get your appearance together. To be at a job where it's, let's say it's all females, or it's men there too, and you put yourself in a position just to be lusted after, just so you can shoot those men down. But consider the position that you in as well. Like, I work in the medical field. I see these people do this shit all the time, and I'll be like, yo, we dealing with, airborne fucking germs and shit. Like, just think, like, if that shit getting caked up on your face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you by the end of the day, you sweating this stuff off and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you do this all the time. What are you hiding? But then when you sit down and talk to some of these people, they got like these heavy ass insecurities, or
broken.
They broken from something crazy, and the mask that we put on to hide this stuff, it literally just be that. It be makeup. It'd be like the crazy ass hairstyles, like the weaves and shit. Like, you want to be seen, but you don't want to be approached. You want the attention, but you don't want the actual engagement. Like, this shit get wild. Like, I listen to some people talk. Like, I'm so candid with people. I put myself out there, and I, like, thank goodness it works, because people put themselves back out there. But I don't judge. I really don't be judging them. But you hear some things and you be like, and you just as broken as a lot of, you know what I'm saying? Like, people got some stuff going on with them. I ain't gonna say no names, but we people got things going on with them, and it's just so hurtful to see it in women, because it's like, I really do believe you still are a good person, but you don't believe it. And because you don't believe it, I can't get through to you.
And if you don't believe it, how can you convince me?
Yeah.
To believe it?
But you try by masking this with your makeup.
Wow.
And that's how I see makeup. You know what I'm saying? And I know the world be pushing like, oh yeah, natural's better and this and that. You actually can see a person who is, this is how you know a person's working on themselves. I mean, this is how I believe. Let me say that. I'm no professional.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The person who comes in that is broken and does not do all that stuff, like doesn't come in and, just have all this extra stuff to weight on them, they're working on themselves. The makeup, the hair, the bodies, and and now the biggest problem today is everybody gonna get their body done.
Big butt.
You know what I'm saying? Then we laugh at this shit, but they don't even know how damaging it is. It's so hurtful to see that, like, people move, getting their bodies done, and then they turn around and have these complications, and they turn into, I'm talking about health complications.
Wow.
And they getting stuff put in them. You know what I'm saying? It, like, just, I wish that people could accept themselves as they are. But you know what? It's so deep in them. Like, they think, I'm gonna go do this to enhance this to make people like me better, and it sucks, because not everybody results are the same. Not everybody's results, especially if you got to get stuff added to you because you don't already have it to take from somewhere else. That's the natural way of doing it. It's not natural, but it's the common way of doing it. But then you got to get like the fillers. Now, what if those fillers don't settle right?
Right.
Now you still messed up.
Right.
What if them fillers got chemicals in it? What if you went somewhere that didn't use the right product? Now it leaked into your bloodstream.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of horror stories.
Yes, a lot of horror stories. And it's so disheartening. All of it's so disheartening. But you can't tell people a lot of stuff. I mean, you could tell them, they're not going to take heed. Wow. They're not going to take heed to this stuff. And it just puts you in a position where, like, now, you know what? We all judging. Now we judging and you see flaws and you can't help people. You ever watch I Am Legend?
I can't say that I have.
Oh, okay. Well, this is one scene in I Am Legend where the zombies catch up with Will Smith, and he's behind this bulletproof casing, and Will Smith found the cure to how to fix the zombies, and the zombies is like running into the case to like still do him harm, and he like, I can fix you, That's what it's like dealing with a lot of these people that you like. I just want to help you, you know. Back to this, that circles back to the people with the daddy issues, because it's like, just take heed to what I'm saying. Like, listen to me, please. I'm trying to get you to the right spot or just help you through this journey. And they just so gung-ho on, no, I don't want it. I'm going to do this my way. I'm grown. I'm going to figure it out. And you never get it. You never get it.
Well, I'm grateful to God that I never had daddy issues. My dad was present from the time that I was born up until he passed away almost 2 months ago. I'm grateful to my dad for his example. Because of his example, I knew what love looked like. I can identify what a bad man was and what a good one. Not saying that I didn't make my mistakes, because I did go out there and have a child when I was 20 years old, and I wasn't ready for that child. And at 20, you don't really know anything. Although your father's, his example was there, you're still going to make mistakes. And although I love my child, however, being out there without being married was a mistake. And unfortunately, I didn't make a mistake with a person who was going to be a good father. And unfortunately, our daughter, was deprived of having a father. And unfortunately, we could never gel. I've always and always will love my daughter until my dying day. But sometimes, like what you're saying, with the displacement of anger, I feel that's our situation, because I wasn't the type of parent who would make you think your poop smell good. No, I'm going to give you the gospel truth, but I never thought that because I was your mother, if I said something out of the way, that I couldn't apologize. But I never got that reciprocated. My daughter has hurt me a great deal, a lot. And she could never say, well, I'm sorry, I'm this and I'm that. And like you said, a lot of the times the hatred and those feelings that she's feeling towards her father, it spills over to me. And it's like, hey, stop worrying about the people who didn't show up to the party. Celebrate the ones who's there.
Yeah. That's powerful right there. That really means a great deal too. But you know what? Again, that don't come till later. That wisdom don't come till later. The damage has already been done, and the damage will continue to be done. And a lot of times, it's bad because it actually do suck to say it, but sometimes you do gotta let people go. If you don't want to let your child go, but you know what, that's another thing. Like it's rough even saying that out loud.
Yeah.
Because as a parent, it's like, how can you turn your back on your kids?
Right.
But just like in that movie, what's that movie? I don't know. I forget the name of it. It had Wesley Snipes, and the brother was a drug addict. What was that, man?
Was that New Jack City?
No, it was the other one. He was with the white woman.
Who?
Wasn't he Wesley with the white woman? And the brother was a drug. Samuel L. Jackson was his brother.
I'm not sure.
And he harmed the
I'm not a
mother and the
movie
father.
buff.
Well, the father was a pastor. The mother was, his what's the pastor's wife? That's what she was.
First lady.
Okay. And they knew for a fact, because he was on these drugs. They were showing us back then, like, this might be an option, that you're going to have to let your child go because of how harmful they are to themselves and how harmful they are to you. Y'all, to y'all productivity. And it was a clear message on how this journey in parenthood ain't gonna be easy.
No.
Especially if it's your first child.
Especially. Mm-hmm. They're the blueprint.
It definitely was. And a lot of these movies gave it to us. A lot of these
They're the
movies gave it
blueprint
to us.
on
Like,
what to
but
do.
you know what?
Because
It
you're
went
going to make
over.
most of your mistakes with your first one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you definitely going to make the mistake. Those are the ones. Those is definitely the ones that's going to get you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Those is definitely the ones. But I say all that to say, like, you know, the messages have already been put out there. It just, like I said, you don't get it till later. You don't get the full understanding. Like, you know, like you see it, they telling us, but you just see it as a movie. And then when you in the situation, you like, oh damn, that's what the message was. It's coming back to us full circle. I'm gonna have to let this one go in order for me to save myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In order for me to have my own peace. Like, you gonna have to be grown. Like I say, it's gonna be hard. You know, it's gonna be hard, but you gotta save yourself. Like, the plane was going down. Don't find don't try to put somebody else's oxygen on before you put yours on. What help are you then?
Yeah.
Because, you know, and they say that in regard to kids. Put yours on first, then put your kids on. You put theirs on and something happened to you. Now what? They able to survive, and then they still need you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just as simple as that. But it get deeper. But it's wild.
And we can go on and on and on and on and on.
It's wild. But look, we're gonna conclude this one real quick.
We're gonna conclude it. Well, I appreciate the car chat.
No problem.
All right.
It was good running into you.
Good running into you. Always got love for you.
All right.
All right.